with breaking news.
Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. The program is a 30-minute awesome package that comprises brand news, branding focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix encompassing thorough and in-depth analysis aimed at promoting the brand idea. I am Oluwabukola Omani. Welcome to the program.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
We begin with brand news, where we bring you the latest development around brands and the field of marketing and advertising in Nigeria and around the world. Olusesan Ogunyoye, head of marketing at AXA Mansard PLC, highlights the growing importance of marketing in the insurance industry and how professionals are incorporating marketing strategies to redefine the sector and drive growth by embracing marketing. Ogunyoye says this is aimed at increasing awareness, improve customer engagement, and ultimately boost business performance, adding that this shift marks a significant move towards a more customer-centric approach in the insurance industry.
What exactly are we creating awareness about? Right? So there is the gap between, yes, I know insurance. And again, if you go back to empirical data, I tell people that people don't say they don't know insurance. What is lacking is the motivation to insure. So there is a gap between I know and I want. Right? So where I think we need to be focusing our attention as an industry now is that what is that lever that moves people from the point of awareness to action. Yes. So awareness is, in my view, and I tell people this, that awareness is not our biggest problem, because the truth of the matter is that it is motivation and intention that drives awareness.
Osamide Uwubanwe, President of Advertisers Association of Nigeria, has called on marketing professionals to rethink their strategies amid industry challenges. He emphasized the need for serial data mining and interpretation to drive results. Uwubanwe urged marketers to prove their value, reduce unnecessary stock-keeping units, SKUs, and demonstrate their impact to justify budgets. He believes this tough period will reveal heroes in the industry who can drive growth and success.
If you want to be a hero out there, if you want to be the marketer of choice for that brands to even pick you, if you want to be the CMO that people are trying to hunt and get to their side, or you want to be the agency that everybody wants to work with, this is your time to show what you are made up of. It is not business as usual for everybody. And I can tell you, budgets are tight, there are constraints, there are more questions now attached to your budget. So questions like, what do you really need this? As against what are you going to do with it before? Now it's a question of, do you really need it? Because in-house, they also need what they're about to give to you. So they're having second thoughts about, do we really use this to market?
Essential, a specialist event and intelligence company, has agreed to acquire EFI, the global benchmark in marketing effectiveness. The acquisition, subject to regulatory approval, will see EFI join Essential's Lion divisions, which champions creative marketing. EFI, headquartered in New York, provides insights from over 125 markets, as well as tools and training. The acquisition will complement Lion's existing insights and intelligence on marketing and creative effectiveness. According to Phillips Thomas, CEO of Essential, the acquisition combines creativity and effectiveness in marketing, driving growth for businesses. Reckitt, the company behind household names like Dettol and Durex, has announced plans to divest parts of its home care and infant formula businesses. This strategic move aims to concentrate on its top-performing power brands. The leading brand says the decision follows a similar path taken by Unilever, which has been prioritizing major brands and selling off slower-growing divisions. It further says this trend is part of a broader industry shift towards leaner portfolios, with companies like Protea and Gamble and Danone also streamlining their operations. Analysts say this move is necessary for companies to excel in mature markets where efficiency is key. The consumer goods sector is undergoing a significant evolution, with companies seeking greater efficiency and market leadership. That was brand news. Next is Branding Focus after the break.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Now on Branding Focus. The rise of internet users' penetration in Nigeria has provided a veritable business environment for digital marketing and e-commerce businesses to thrive tremendously. Digital marketing, which enables online marketers to promote their brands and connect with both existing and potential customers through the use of internet and other means of digital communication, has steadily witnessed a significant surge since 2001, when the Nigerian Communications Commission granted a full license to about 150 internet service providers across the country. This development gave rise to the evolution of social media, which enables people to build a boundless connection and interface regularly with one another, consequently leading to the boom of e-commerce and online marketing. Either for business transactions, communication, or socializing, the internet is a multifaceted sphere of technology that stands as a towering monument of human creativity and collaboration. Its usage has therefore remained indispensable for millions of people, not only in Nigeria but also across the world, resulting in the consistent upsurge of digital marketing and online businesses such as fintech, e-teaching, freelancing, blogging, dropshipping, YouTube, and many others. According to a recent research by Statista, internet users' penetration in Nigeria has steadily grown by 2% since 2018. As of 2023, the figure was put at 122 million users, and the trend is projected to witness a steady growth by 2% till 2027. The improvement and expansion have reportedly created a robust opportunity for digital marketing to thrive in the country. In 2024, ad spend in the digital advertising market is projected to reach $272.4 million, while video advertising is considered to be the largest market with a volume that is expected to hit $115.1 million. It is further revealed that Nigerian businesses spent $111.2 billion on social media advertising in 2023, and in 2024 the figure is expected to reach $118.6 billion, which is literally confirmed the value and efficacy of digital marketing in Nigeria. This booming activity in the industry could not have been possible without the surge of internet users' penetration, which provides the enablement for businesses to inform the market about their brands and entice customers to purchase their goods and services. The internet, powered by mobile phones and other technological devices, has remained a crucial vehicle that provides the reach for advertising, promotional, and public relations efforts. As internet users' penetration continues to experience a surge in the days, months, and years ahead, digital marketing and e-commerce business will continue to constitute a major dominance in the economic landscape. Welcome back. Next is Industry Conversation, where we have discussions with industry thought leaders who have distinguished themselves in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. My guest today is the president of Out-of-Home Advertising Association of Nigeria, Owen. Join me after the break.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Welcome back to Industry Conversation. My guest today is the president of Out-of-Home Advertising Association of Nigeria, OAN. I'm talking of SOLA AKINSIKU. Thank you for joining us on the program, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Great.
You're welcome.
So let's start with an assessment of the out-of-home advertising sector as a subsector of the economy. How would you describe the out-of-home sector in terms of opportunities, challenges, and in general?
I would say right away that the out-of-home advertising sector of the economy is a vibrant one. You recall that the practice started in 1928, and it has passed through a lot of stages. And today we can beat our chest to say it is one of the leading sectors of the economy. Yes, there are opportunities for growth, opportunities for expansion, opportunities to even help the creative arm of the industry. We have imbibed technology, and that has brought with it a lot of opportunities. Don't forget that we are a media group, and the changes in technology, in media technology, have also significantly impacted on our platforms. And I can say that today there is nothing that technology has added to out-of-home practice anywhere in the world that we do not have here. It's a sector where investments are highly capital intensive, and we have all the technologies, all the opportunities for growth, to accommodate new things, to help creative minds interpret and project their creative thoughts. And so the opportunities in out-of-home, the opportunities are limitless. It is about the only medium that can accommodate all that other media can do. You approach some media and you say you think they are television on the street. You have the static, you have there is no size of people that we cannot accommodate and achieve. There is a limit to the size of newspapers. There is a limit to the size of marketing edge. But the sizes of out-of-home media platform are not restricted, not limited, and it's the opportunities also make it possible for us to be audience specific. The audience specific. The kind of platform you have in Ikoyi may not be the type of platform you have in Agege. And we know out-of-home message is fleeting. I mean, you drive past at 100, 120 kilometers an hour, and you're speeding on. We have out-of-home platforms that will connect with you and give you the message even within the 2 seconds that you have to look at it. So it's dynamic, and the opportunities are limitless. Yes, there are challenges. We have challenges of funds. It's capital intensive, like I told you, and in this climate, it is a little challenging getting financiers, especially the banks. The experience is that it is, yes, we have some banks that are doing a few things, but the banks can do more. On a global, on a scale of 10, I would say the banks have not done 30% to help. So that's a serious challenge. And then you have the challenge of regulation. Yes, the Constitution allows for the local government to control and to derive revenue from out-of-home. But you also have some states that have been creative in managing that. They have warehoused the parts of such such parts of local government in what they call advertisement and signage agencies. And yes, We relate with the signage agencies. But again, that comes with a number of laws. You have the signage agencies will come with their own laws, regulations, and all that. And you have other regulations from ministries, from those that claim to have to do with the practice of out-of-home in Nigeria. But don't forget, we are primarily media owners. So our assets, yes, I mean, we are primarily out-of-home media asset owners. So you talk about control of advertising. It has only significant impact on us to the extent that the materials to be posted on platforms are vetted and approved by ARCON, and we don't have any problem with that. Whoever will use our platform will have the responsibility to get approval of the relevant, especially the advertising standards panel. We don't have any problem with that. We don't have any issues with that. It's like driving on the roads of Nigeria. If you must drive a car, you must have your driver's license. In all, yes, the challenges are not insurmountable. It's not that the problems are not things we cannot overcome, and we are doing our very best to overcome them.
Great. Okay, so I know that in the past, out-of-home advertising used to be a primary medium for creating brand awareness. Now, in light of all those challenges that borders on regulations, and would you still say that out-of-home still functions as that primary medium for creating brand awareness?
Well, thank you. Let me say that out-of-home did not start out-of-home advertising, and the use of out-of-home media platforms did not start as a primary medium. It started as a reminder medium. You have advertised beverages or beer or whatever on radio, on television, even newspapers. And so as you approach the point of sales, okay, you have out-of-home reminding you. As you set out to go shopping, you have out-of-home reminding you of the opportunities out there. And so it was then a reminder medium. But it attained the level, the pedestal of a primary medium with the advent of technology. And so you could break a campaign, you could set the teaser for a pending campaign on television, on out-of-home. And we still do that. As a matter of fact, it is not that it is no longer so. It is even more so now with the coming of technology. As you drive towards the office from here, you see LED platforms here and there. They break news. And I'm glad to tell you that I've seen some news broken on some LED platforms, and the news are news from Marketing Edge. So you can see that technology is fusing more rapidly into out-of-home, and it is still the creative minds who know how to use the out-of-home more effectively as a primary medium. And I think it is about the only medium that can do that now effectively.
Great. So let's talk about the bill being sponsored by Senator Abaribe, a ranking senator in Abia State, aimed at creating a chartered out-of-home media agency. Now, this bill has passed a second reading, and it is poised for a public hearing. Now, what is your take generally on this bill?
Thank you for that question. I do hope that our viewers will get enlightened as a result of this. You have done a wonderful job by asking that question. I tell you that straight away, I will tell you that the Out-of-Home Advertising Association of Nigeria is aware of that bill. And we unequivocally, unambiguously, unashamedly identify with that bill. Why? Because we see it as the solution to the hydra-headed problems that we have in the industry. Hitherto, out-of-home practice, media ownership, asset ownership, has been a serious problem in this climate. Why? Because there hasn't been a body of law that specifically addresses the questions that are germane to out-of-home media ownership. Now, let's look at accountancy. Regardless of the degrees you have in the university, for you to open shops as an accountant, for you to have an accounting firm, ideally leadership must be a chartered accountant. And you cannot be a chartered accountant, you cannot be so addressed unless you are a member of ICANN.
That's correct.
You can open shops to audit as an audit firm without having the relevant certification and belonging to the relevant body. So, but what do we have in out-of-home? Anyone can just open jobs and begin to do outdoor, and begin to own media platforms, and begin to own billboards. And from time to time, this has led to environmental nuisance. It is not only visual blight. I'm sure you recall, even as this discussion goes on, you recall that there are stretches of roads in Lagos now where you have the semblance of insanity in the way billboards have been mounted. And this is because there is no one controlling. Now, we have the signage agencies. We have the local governments in some states that still purport to do this. But there's a limit to which they can do it. Why? Because the primary aim of most of these agencies, of most local government departments that still control out-of-home or that approve locations for structures, is to make money. So the more billboards they have, the more money they make. You understand? And as a result of that, they are not bothered about the implications on the environment. And so from time to time, sensible governments, sensible governors, sensible ministers wake up and say, sorry, we can't have this madness. It happened in Lagos. Raji Rasaki came, the former governor of Lagos State, and gave instruction for the demolition of all billboards in Lagos State. Why? A stretch of road that you don't have more than 2 billboards, you have more than 40. I was privileged when I was the Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria. The chairman then, the late Mr. ISM Moemeke, came to AKON, actually invited the registrar of AKON, Dr. Joseph Ben-Morocco, and I was privileged to be with him. And he said he had noticed one unhealthy development in out-of-home, somewhere in Ikoyi, that Adesola loop, and said he wanted to know the number of billboards in that loop alone. A loop that shouldn't have taken more than 3, 4, maybe 5. I counted over 50 billboards.
Wow. And
Mr. Moemeke ordered and said the billboards must be brought down. Oh yes, O1 was effective then. O was effective. Take note of that, because O1 had what we call the monitoring and enforcement committee. And so the committee moved to site and brought them down. There was sanity. There was also when LASA came, when LASA was going to commence operations in Lagos. virtually all billboards in Lagos State, metropolitan Lagos, even extending to Ikorodu, were brought down. In Abuja, when His Excellency, the former governor of Kaduna State, Malam El-Rufai, was the honorable minister in Abuja, and he saw the insanity that billboards were creating. Anybody, everywhere, he ordered that billboards be brought down. 2 years ago in Kaduna, the Kasubda then woke up one morning and said, remove all billboards. And not too long ago, in Enugu, about 2-3 months ago, billboards in metropolitan Enugu were brought down. Now, each time we have this experience, hundreds of million naira of investments are destroyed.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
And that's so much we can take on this week's episode of Marketing Edge on TV. At the same time next week for the concluding part of our conversation with SOLA AKINSIKU. I am Oluwabukola Omoni. Bye for now.